It is our Wednesday tradition to spend a Wednesday sportscast with San Diego sports pundit Chris Ello. Why, Chris? Well, because he's good TV, and he joins us now back from what? It was a 2-week hiatus?
No, 1 week hiatus. Two one-week hiatuses.
Yeah, it felt like a long time. You're back.
Sorry, I actually have other work once in a while.
I get it. I get it. National Signing Day today.
Yeah.
I know you probably were too busy with your move that we were all down at the Hall of Champions. Take a look at the video we're going to roll here. 800 people crammed into Section 107 at Petco Park. Kids were excited to make their college decision. Moms and dads even more excited that college is going to be paid for.
Yeah. I think signing day is fantastic for the kids, the parents, and the families and the schools. I don't know that it translates to people that don't have a horse in the race, as it were. But, you know, I think it's an exciting day. I mean, all the hard work that went into whatever sport it is that you played growing up, it feels like you accomplished something today. Now, all of you kids that signed today, start working, because it doesn't end when you sign.
In fact, it's just beginning.
Right.
But it begs the question. First of all, I was just blown away at the number of kids that are continuing on.
It's insane. San Diego.
San Diego is a hotbed. But is it a hotbed for football? Is it a hotbed for baseball, basketball? Is it a hotbed for lacrosse? Hotbed for rowing? Hotbed for...
I think it's just all of those things, but I think mostly it's a hotbed for helping other teams win championships in other places. That's what I think it is. Name a team that's won a championship in college or in the major leagues or pros or whatever. There's always a San Diego connection somewhere.
Absolutely.
I would love to see the San Diego connection one time be in San Diego. That's the only thing I wish.
I just want to tell San Diego viewers our exclusive team coverage of signing day will come up at 6:45. We're going to talk to Ello now, but we'll have that wall-to-wall coverage in just about an hour. One other before we leave, St. Augustine / Foothills Christian Tashawn Cherry.
Yeah.
Apparently is keeping has turned his verbal commitment to signing on the dotted line at USC, despite all the. Do you think the kid knows that the scandal is not going to be a big deal at USC?
All I know is that verbal commitments are just that, and they can change very quickly. The late, great Junior Seau once told me to my face when I was a reporter, I'm not going to USC. Where'd he go?
You went to USC, but at least you had the exclusive.
I had the exclusive wrong story, right?
Yeah. So I would say that
I'm
one.
proud of that.
On a sidebar recruiting note, Bobby Knight, suddenly, speaking of, we were talking about John Winters a while ago, ripping the Wizard of Westwood. Take a listen to this.
I've never been a Wooden fan. You know,
now that's like almost heresy.
And not to me, it isn't. You know, Wooden had a guy named Sam Gilbert. Are you familiar with that name?
Yes.
I'm glad you are.
I am.
And
he kind of did the dirty work.
Not kinda. I have a lot of respect for Wooden as a coach, how he coached. He was a good coach. But from then on, I don't mind saying it, I don't respect Wooden.
And your reaction?
I grew up in L.A. Sam Gilbert gave me money. So you know, that's how far spread and widespread it was.
As Bobby alleges?
Yeah, I think it was probably. I mean, the interesting thing is you've got the big controversy in college basketball right now, and everybody's like, "Oh my goodness,
it's been around for.
It's been going on forever and ever." That's all Bobby Knight's saying.
The 50s and 60s were even worse.
Yeah.
Well, you know, while we're in Southern California, UCLA's in China playing. Was it Georgia Tech or playing one of the teams from Georgia? And what is a taste of foreign cultures? Turns out they might get a bigger taste than they thought.
Bargained for.
The ball kid, gets busted or gets arrested for stealing sunglasses at a Louis Vuitton store.
The thing that bothers me the most is not kids being kids, and it's a mistake to do this in another country. I mean, if you're going to be a kid being a kid, not in China, because you can get yourself into serious trouble. The thing that bothers me the most, though, is we have to hear from his dad again.
Well, which you're bringing
you know
up.
What I mean?
Let's listen. This is the dad. Moments after his son was released from prison.
You'll be fine. You'll be fine. Everybody making it a big deal. It ain't that big a deal.
According to China's entry and exit law, a case must be fully resolved before the suspects are allowed to eventually go home.
Those individuals won't play Saturday.
Well, they got bigger problems than playing Saturday. I mean, if China, I said prison, he was released from jail. They could hold this kid for months, weeks, months, and drag it out.
If, like, this is an NFL type of case, these kids will be there for 7, 8 years. They better hope Roger Goodell's not involved.
Yeah, so they'll be 9 or 10 years.
Yeah.
Last night, SDSU's University Senate, or Senate University, whatever it is, once again voted to remove the Aztec Warrior mascot. Now it goes up to
the president.
and she will presumably say,
please just dismiss this quickly.
But at what point does the majority, the vast majority, rise up and say, you know what, we're done appeasing to the professors in the Lily White Tower who...
I know.
I mean,
I think
you're
it's
an alum.
time. It's time. Look, you're right. I am an alum. And here's the thing. I mean, too often a small amount of loud people wind up making the decision for, as you said, the majority, because the majority doesn't say anything. And so look what's happened at SeaWorld. I mean, my goodness. I mean, PETA has taken SeaWorld almost all the way down with it. And I don't want a few people that are upset with the Aztec name to take down the tradition of the Aztec warrior. That to me is ridiculous. As I told you earlier, if you're going to take down Aztecs, then the New England football team has to take down Patriots, because that's offensive to everyone who was in the Revolutionary War.
I'm offended by it.
You should be.
All right, but while we're on the Mesa, let's talk about Rashad Penny. What does he have to do to win the Heisman Trophy?
I'd love to really say that he has a chance. I think, if he would have rushed for 500 yards against San Jose State, if Rocky Long would have done the wrong thing and let him play the second half, then he might have got everybody's attention again and got back into it. I would say the Aztecs have to somehow win the conference, beat Boise State in a rematch, win a big bowl game, and Penny's got to score 4 touchdowns in every game. It's not easy.
He's in something called the Nissan Heisman House. Does that mean anything to you?
No, it doesn't.
Other than the fact that Nissan paid for that spot?
No. I'm not moving there, though. I'm telling you that.
Chris,
yes.
There are now just hours left in the 2017 fan vote for the Prep Pigskin Report. 16 kids are vying for the final spot on the podium for high school football's most coveted award.
Is this a Jinx Award? How have the kids done that have won this award over the years? Have they all gone on to greatness?
No, but I mean, some have.
Some have.
Some have. Some have exceeded expectations. Others haven't.
Right.
I guess that's not important. I just want to remind everybody, obviously Chris has not cast his vote and is not up on this material. So go to our website and make sure you cast your vote.
I want to make sure I'm invited to the ceremony before I cast my vote, and you didn't guarantee me an invite.
Yeah, well, you're not in the top 800 on the guest list. Hey, I'm no aviation expert, but the video I'm about to show you suggests to me that Mr. Holliday is at fault for reckless flying of a plane. That is, his plane used skim in the water and then hit the water in the Gulf of Mexico.
I cannot believe that TMZ has video of everything going on in the world.
That's the wreckage.
It's a shame. It's awful. It makes you sad. You know, everybody who drives drunk, I shouldn't probably say it like this, but if you don't deserve to die in an auto accident, Roy Halladay was not being smart there, but it still doesn't mean he deserved to die in a plane crash.
I just feel for the family. You know,
I do too.
Obviously,
the family, everybody left behind.
To lose, I'm sure their beloved father, who is
40 years old.
40 years old.
Shame.
Which just brings us to Ezekiel Elliott. We'll finish up with this. His on again, off again, on again, off again. Is this saga an indictment of how badly the NFL blundered, or how badly our legal system needs overall?
I think the legal system is my number one thing I take a shot at here, but the NFL has not done a great job in meting out punishment.
No.
But every time they try to, you know, every time you do something wrong, you have a lot of rights. And Ezekiel Elliott is using all of his rights and then some.